Guys, how's it going? Ethonu here. So, this is going to be another one of my top 10s. Only this is going to be different. So today, I'm in my room, my studio actually, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 best Tim Burton movies of all time. Reason it's the top 5 is because, there's only like 5 movies that are qualified to make the list. So, this is just my opinion. If you don't like these movies, fine. If you have a few movies for me that are on this list, after you watch this video, leave a comment down below. Want to get that out of the way? Okay, so without further ado, let's begin the countdown, shall we? So these are movies that I love, movies that I grew up with. Some of them I've seen. These are some movies that people will agree on and people will disagree with me on, like really bad. Alright, so number 5 is The Corpse Bride. This movie probably has one of the most original plots in movie history. Almost like Coraline. It's about a timid young man who is terrified to get married, so he runs off into the woods after flunking his wedding rehearsal. And then he practices his vows because he has fallen in love with the woman he's supposed to marry. So he accidentally gets betrothed to this corpse. Then she rises from the ground as he soon realizes he's married her. And so he tries to get out of the world. By the way, this is the reason why I love this. My family also loves it. They are crazy about this movie. They say it's the best Tim Burton movie ever. His best movie, Johnny Depp. It's Emily Watson. Yeah, Emily Watson's in it. Hermione is in the movie. So, it's incredible. Also, there's this evil dude, Lord Barkis, who is going to marry the girl that he wants to be with now. So he decides to return to the world before that. There's even a funny part. Hopscotch, when she says that. The reason why I love it is it's funny. It's got some great scenes and great color, and the animation is top notch. Warner Brothers, you did a great job. This is high on the list because there's a few predictable scenes, and it's really dark. Like that scene where that man splits apart, or when the maggot comes out of her eyeball, or her eye socket. That's just too gross. Although it's Tim Burton's calling card to make horror films, so I'm gonna give him that. Anyway, let's move on to number 4. This is a movie that people are most definitely gonna disagree with me on. This movie, nobody even talks about it anymore because it is just a disappointment to them. It's from Disney, and it is James and the Giant Peach. Now, I love this movie. One of the reasons why I love this movie is it actually feels real. Okay, the bugs, there's no way that bugs can grow to be that big. And it's kind of strange. This one's high on the list because there's a few hand-tossed, far-fetched scenes, like a robotic shark attacking the giant peach with everybody on it, a giant robotic shark that serves salmon heads, or fish heads, whatever they've served them. The ants feel like... Hold on, let me just tell you why it's predictable. 1, there was no robot shark ever said about in the movie. The ants never said anything about a giant robotic shark, and they got the fish heads for James. That's why. Just scenes like that are just way too far-fetched. Anyway, this movie is great because it's got amazing songs. Way better than Frozen songs. My name is James. I love that song. All the characters feel real. My favorite character is probably Spider, then Ladybug. They are likable characters. Ladybug is a giant sweetheart. This movie has also got a Bug's Life touch to it with the bugs. Grasshopper, Centipede, really cool characters. Heck, we even get to see Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. This came out like 2 years after Nightmare Before Christmas. Anyway, this is a movie probably you won't want to watch because it's really old. People say it's not good. But in the cartoon part, where he was eating the peach, it reminds me of the scenes in the second disc of the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory second 2-disc special edition, where we see the kids' faces kind of like this. You know, they don't look real. It just brought me back to that. Also, Angela Anaconda, the animation, just brought me back to the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory second edition. That's why. James actually looks a lot like Charlie in that game. So anyway, James the Giant Peach, really great movie. You guys probably won't watch it. That's okay. That's your opinion. This video is getting too long. Anyway, let's get on to number 3, which is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now, people will probably disagree with me on this because this one is an all-time classic. There was a movie that came out before that had kind of the same premise. Johnny Depp did a great job as Willy Wonka. The other one, the Oompa Loompas, they were okay. They looked too much like Uncle Lunkas and Fry and the Slurm Factory episode from Futurama. So, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is basically a remake of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's supposed to be a good film, which is. Nothing wrong with this. Johnny Depp did a great job as Willy Wonka, although he's kind of like a kind of worse version of Willy Wonka. In this one, he says that Charlie can't bring his family. The other one, you may think that the Willy Wonka in the other one is worse because of the way he acts, but it was just a test. In this one, he's actually saying that he can't bring his family. But other than that, the plot is good. Again, the characters feel real. Charlie is a great character. So is Grandpa Joe. He looks like he could be... I mean, when he starts walking, he's a cool character, and he knows a lot about Willy Wonka and his chocolate factory. So, I've just always enjoyed this film, except for the first few times I watched it. I didn't really know what to think of it. Disappointed in the video game. Rather watch the movie than the video game. So, anyway, this is a movie that I recommend. People will think that it's kind of like a worse version of the first one. They tend to seem to want the first one more. But anyway, this is a cool movie. This is my opinion. So, I'll respect your opinion. Number 2, which is Frankenweenie. People will definitely disagree with me on it. This one, it feels real too. When Victor loses his dog, it feels like he actually wants him back. He cries for him. He builds him again. It is like the era. He is so desperate to bring his best friend back. These characters, the schoolmates, the teacher, the parents, they feel like real people. When they find out about Sparky, they feel like they actually are upset. Although the movie is really dark and gruesome, when they try to burn Frankenweenie or Sparky, try to burn him down, Burgermeister, that name's funny, Burgermeister, brought me back to Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which happens to be the main villain. So, we have kind of like a rip-off of that Burgermeister. So, this feels like a real villain on our hands. So, the characters are likable. It's black and white, but it's a horror film. What do you expect? Disney goes into dark territory with this one. definitely recommend this one. People don't really like it, but that's okay. Before I get to number one, let me just give a few two honorable mentions. This video's running long. Sorry, guys. Okay. Not Beetlejuice. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Pee-wee is a dork. He was funny in the movie. I don't really consider this a Tim Burton movie, though he directed. There were a few flaws in it, like the bike. Him traveling all the way for his bike. That is just so predictable. Large Marge was funny. But the movie was kind of far-fetched. And then they followed it up with Pee-wee's Big Holiday. Anyway, it's just one of the honorable mentions. Alice in Wonderland. This movie is good, another Johnny Depp masterpiece. But the movie was kind of like a, it was just, there was some funny scenes, but it was just kind of long and boring. I do recommend some parts of it. It was really good, though. It was long and boring at first, but when I got used to watching it, it was really good. Reason it's not high on the list is because, it's not on the list is because, there's some really creepy animation. Anyway, here we go. And the number one best Tim Burton movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, this may be Tim Burton's first animated movie, but guess what? It is also the best. Ever since I've seen this movie, I have been just blown away. Dad doesn't really think much of this movie. He was kind of bored with it, but this movie is good. Jack Skellington, I kind of get him, I kind of felt like him at one point. So, Sally, all the characters except for the demon guy, that was just the only character I didn't really like. Also, the little kids that gave Santa Claus to Oogie Boogie the Boogeyman. But it was really creative and funny. The animation is top-notch. It was just a downright creepy movie, and it was funny. And it felt like their monsters really wanted to know the true meaning of the new holiday. They were looking for something new. Jack wanted to do something new. He wanted to help people. He messed it up, but he learned from his mistake. Every single scene in this movie made me feel great in the Tim Burton spirit. This is one that I definitely recommend. The Nightmare Before Christmas, not only the best, not only the first Tim Burton movie, but the best Tim Burton movie. I consider it the number one best Tim Burton movie. So, I kind of lost some breath. Anyway, what do you think of these Tim Burton movies? Are they your favorite? Do you think that they are the best, or do you just, think that there's some other that are better? Johnny Depp, I can't really send into a Tim Burton to see it directed. Johnny Depp is in it, but not every movie Johnny Depp stars in, like Pirates of the Caribbean and Orango. Gore Verbinski directed those. Anyway, check out my Bible videos, check out my Psalm videos. If it's too much to keep playing simple, guys, Thonio out. Believe. Be patient. Honor the Lord. And praise His holy name. Hallelujah! Amen.